the trash.
And I don't want to make light of that, because I could sit here and make a joke and say, well, I'd have to have a whole tablet. But I don't want to say that, because that's not true. This is not something to joke about. This is serious, and it's a good idea.
And it was a wonderful thing, because it showed me how merciful God is. That I can come to Him, that we can all come to Him with our laundry list, confess, and with just doing a few simple things. It's almost as though He's handing us a gift of salvation that we can take advantage of, not only for us, but for anyone. And there are plenty of people who we know in our lives who have died, and it happens to us weekly.
We got about 3 more minutes, but I want to bring something up to our viewing audience. Your daughter is here in the studio with us today.
Yes.
And
I didn't tell you a little bit about my family.
And I wanted a little bit, and also I see you running by the house occasionally. I want you to cover that, but I do want you to talk about your family a little bit. I understand you homeschool?
Yes, yes. My
Does
wife,
he do a good job? She's
my
not going to
daughter,
answer. She's too shy to answer.
Yeah, my son Eric and Melissa's here with me today. And I have another son, Thomas, who's 16 months old, but I have an 11-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 16-month-old.
And your wife homeschools?
My wife, Debbie, homeschools, and we've been doing it for a few years. And it's been absolutely fabulous. You know, we were in school for a while, and we took them out of school because they were spending 7 hours a day in school, 3 hours a night of homework every single night in the 2nd grade. And then in about 3 hours a day, we were able to do the whole thing. In homeschooling. I'm a registered professional engineer, and I work for you and for all of the viewers. For the government. So that's what I do for a living.
You keep yourself trimmed there, because you do a lot of running.
I've run the Marine Corps Marathon. This will be my 15th time.
Really?
This year, and it's their 30th anniversary, and I look forward to running that. And I say, of course, a lot of prayers while I'm doing that, so I can
I see you go by the house.
multitasking
Yes.
here. Yeah.
And homeschooling is, you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to have a show on homeschooling.
Oh, sure.
So if you can get your wife and maybe a couple of other people to do homeschooling, to come on the show and talk about the books and the problems that you have and the fun that you have, and how do you handle the babies when they're crying and you're supposed to be doing math and all that. Wouldn't that make a good show too?
Fabulous. Be happy to do it. Thanks for having me.
We got about a minute left. What would you like to say to the camera before you close about Indulgences?
Well, I would like you to take a look at my website, and I've had about 18,000 people come to it from around the world, and I offer on that website for you to leave a name of a deceased loved one, someone who you'd like for me to offer to request a plenary indulgence for, and I find that I sometimes am overwhelmed. In one case, I had about one person sent me a list of 10 names. So naturally, it took a couple of weeks to satisfy that requirement. But take a look at it, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you want a copy of the book, you can get in touch with me as well.
And on the website, right?
On the website. Yeah.
Thank you, Steve, for coming on. It's
Thank
been
you,
a
John.
pleasure.
My pleasure.
You see, it wasn't so hard, folks. I thought this would be a tough topic, but Steve did a wonderful job of explaining it. And I'd like to close with this message, as I do on all my shows. Thank you, folks, for being with us. And I want to leave you with this thought. We're all living on this planet Earth. We have nowhere else to go, all righty, except when our end comes. But while we're on this earth, we must be a little more understanding with each other, a little more forgiving, a little more honest and more kind, more faithful and peaceful, more loving and more patient with one another, and more charitable and more compassionate. And on that note, so long, and God bless.
The funding for this program was made possible by Fairfax Memorial Funeral Home, located at 9902 Braddock Road in Fairfax, Virginia. Fairfax Memorial is a family-owned funeral home providing full traditional funeral and cremation services. They also provide military and out-of-town arrangements to meet all needs, all faiths, and all cultures. Pre-planning is available, as well as honoring all pre-arrangements made with other funeral homes. For more information, visit them online or at 703-425-9702.